All right, live forever in a freaking day since I've done a live stream. I hope everybody can hear me. This works, right? It's my first time using this computer for a live stream. Actually, it's only my second live stream, so maybe we'll have some people tune in. Let me know if you guys can hear me or not. This is the first time I'm using this computer for a live stream, so you guys can hear me everything in clear, and the picture's not too choppy or anything like that. It's not terrible. We'll get some people in here, and then I guess we'll go rolling from there. Yes, I'm eating on a live stream. But yeah, I know there hasn't been a lot of content lately, guys. I've just been so busy. And then I got sick right in the middle of me and Noah's cast iron video. I got sick, and I've been just struggling to get over that. I've been sick and ridiculously busy, so I'm trying to keep up with all my clients and stuff while I'm sick as hell. So that hasn't been a whole lot of fun, but I'm pretty much starting to get over it. But we got progress on the red truck, guys. I got new cast iron headers. Need to get on the pipeline. I need to be able to weld pipe first. but progress on the red truck. Got new cast iron headers for it. It's been raining. I don't know if anybody around here, I don't know if any of y'all are in North Carolina or anything like that, but we lost like 3 of our major roads to get in and out and around here. 401, 98, and 96 all washed out, and 401 is the main road that I use to get to Raleigh, and it washed out, and it's gone. They're saying it ain't gonna be back till they ain't gonna have it redone till August. So that's a tons of fun. Yes, I do need to start as a helper. The guy I've been working with, Russ, he keeps saying he's going to try to get me on the next pipe job he goes to. He keeps saying he's going to drag me along as a helper, whether I like it or not. So that just might happen. But anyway, yeah, if y'all got any questions, please be sure to ask. I'm here. Ask questions. I'll help you out as best as I can, and all that fun stuff and whatnot. As y'all probably notice, y'all notice where I am. I'm in my camper. I've been out here me and my wife been living in the camper for the last month now. It's great. I love full-time RVing, as you call it. I love it. It's fantastic. Low expenses. It's just low expenses, perfect amount of space. 31-foot pull behind is just the perfect amount of space, And, after being here a month, we haven't killed each other, so I guess we got something going on. New truck. I got cast iron headers. I got one side put on, and I haven't put the other side on, so I got long tube headers on one side and the original remanufactured cast iron header on the other side, so it's wonky. It's been raining and stuff. I haven't been able to get out there and do it. And for sale projects for festival booth. What festival are you talking about? Because I do want to get into the making stuff. Yay, Noah's here! Yay! See, now that Noah's here, it's going to be a party. But, yeah, I do want to get into making stuff. I'm actually in the process right now. Craft fairs. Yes, I do want to get into actually making stuff like that. You see, right now, I'm in the process of saving my money. I'm pinching pennies and pinching dollars right now to build an actual shop, not my I love my little shack of a shop, but it is so tiny, I can't really do anything in it right now. So I gotta saving my money. The guy who's a concrete contractor I've been doing a lot of work for. I'm gonna talk to him and see if maybe I can swing a deal with him and try to get a barter going on. So I'm gonna build me a 20 by 20. Excuse me. We'll build me a 20 by 20 concrete pad, and then I'm going to personally build the actual shop out. So I'm going to get square tube and everything like that. It's going to be basically a giant carport. It's going to be a giant walled-in carport. And there's a guy I've been working for just down the road here who's an electrician, and I'm going to talk to him and see if I can pay him to run the main line into the shop. So I have my main 220 line, like a 200 amp 220 line going into the shop, and then I can run my breakers off of that, have my two 220s and my 110 outlets, etc. And then I can eventually get my CNC plasma cutter and all of that. But I got this rule right now I'm sticking to. I will not buy another welding machine until I build my shop, because I have nowhere to put anything. How far do I live from Durham? About 45 minutes. Lewisburg. Jake, look up Lewisburg. That's about where I'm at. Integrity Welding, Lewisburg. That's me. Guy in Shreveport building grills and fire pits in his backyard. I do want to build. Actually have a bunch of 1/8 inch left over. I got this awesome idea. I got a bunch of this 1/8 inch left over from 1/8 inch sheet metal from a bunch of projects, and I am like, I can make some cool stuff. Well, I'm saving the tread plate. I'm gonna make a bumper for the blue truck. I'm gonna paint the blue truck this weekend, guys. It's getting painted. The rest of it's getting painted this weekend. If it's not raining, it's getting painted this weekend. But yes, I got a bunch of 1/8 inch. I need to just buckle down and actually cut it up and try to make some stuff with it. I want to make some, some simple fire pits out of it. And I think I could probably make some, just a couple prototypes, just to get in a roll, just to get in a run and making them and stuff. I'll have to oxyacetylene cut all my little art designs into it. But, before there was a plasma cutter, how did our grandpas cut all those little designs into it? Sells at farmer's market. Thanks. Yeah. Trying to make the red truck into something decent. It's got stupid 16.5 inch tires. I need to get 16 inch. Well, I have 16 inch rims. I gotta Amazon me some new tires, guys. I don't buy tires from. Okay, I get my tires from Amazon because they're way cheaper. I buy my tires from Amazon, and then I pay one of the tire shops I do welding for. I pay them to put them on, and they give me a great deal on putting tires on. So I get a really good overall deal on tires, plus getting them installed, balanced, and all that stuff. But yeah, if most of y'all haven't heard, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know the Super Duty's gone. That's why we got people asking about the new truck. Super Duty's gone. Got the 74 F350 out there. I did fire it up yesterday after putting in a new fuel pump. That's the other thing, new fuel pump. I got that put in there. Those fuel pumps are ridiculous for those things. I didn't realize. I'm used to like the one that was in my 7.3, the one that was in my 300 straight 6, the fuel pump, the little arm on it's a mechanical fuel pump. If you're not familiar with them, they're about yay big. They have a little arm that goes inside, and the cam turns and pumps it. This thing, I'm used to, like in my 300 straight 6 and in my 7.3, they just go, the little arm only moves so much, just a little bit like that. The one for this 390 moves by about that much. It's got like an inch of travel on that thing, and that thing is like an actual pump. When I took the old one out, you could press the thing down, and you could hear it go. It's like, man, that's a fuel pump. So that F350 is probably going to be a gas guzzler, but $1,800. And the thing is, the Super Duty was a diesel guzzler. So, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. the parts for the 390 are going to be cheaper than the parts for the 7.3. You know, I just kind of, I do miss the, oh, okay, guys. Nobody cry, all right? So, get this. The person I sold the Super Duty to with the 7.3 that had less than 200,000 miles put gasoline in it and blew it up. Yeah. They put gasoline in it and blew it up. So, you know, it's sad. They called me last week. They were like, hey, it's on the side of the road. It ain't running. I'm like, what? Like, it just shut off. So I was like, okay, well, does it have diesel in it? Like, oh yeah, it's got gas in it. We just filled it up. So I run them through a whole bunch of, troubleshooting, and then they finally admit that they put gasoline in it, and they didn't think it'd be an issue if they put gasoline in it. And I was like, well, congratulations, you just blew up a 7.3 with less than 200,000 miles. So hopefully they didn't just abandon it on the side of the road. Hopefully they actually went and got it taken care of. Propane conversion on the trucks. Nah, I don't keep my trucks running gas. I mean, I get it. Propane's good, but propane has a very bad habit of wearing out the cylinder walls. So, and also the thing is, I don't want to have to be running around looking for propane when my truck starts running low. I don't want to go look for propane. I'd rather just pull into a gas station and fill it up with gas. It's just easier, because if it's like 2 a.m. and I'm running around places like Sheetz and whatnot, their employees don't leave the store to swap out a 20-pound cylinder. And also, Tractor Supply is going to be closed. So really, I know propane has its advantages as far as, you can get better mileage out of propane. But propane, for me, the disadvantages are much higher for propane than just running regular gasoline. Gasoline is more readily available. I know it's pricey, it sucks, but this is my thing. I don't pay to drive my truck. My clients pay for me to drive my truck. So I don't have to worry about it. They're the ones paying for me to drive it. So there you go. I do need to build some smokers. That's the thing. I don't know if you were here earlier, but yeah, I was talking about building a bigger shop and building cookers, smokers, and stuff like that. Just something to kind of keep a 40 hours a week, and it ain't even that. It's just to keep your skills toned in. That's the other thing I find is really frustrating with the kind of work I have and not having something to do every single day. Is if you go 2 or 3 weeks without welding, and then you have to go weld something, I feel like a student on my first week of school trying to stick weld again. I'll stick in, and then by the end of the job, I finally got it back down. But that's why I want to build these cookers and fire pits and stuff, just as an excuse and a way to keep my skill going and going and going and going. You just got to constantly be doing it every day so you get better. So that's one thing. And the thing is, I've collected so much crap. My current shop is just full of crap. And it's just it was enough when I first started out to have a place, and I had one of those Blue Star 2Es like you had. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope it doesn't die. I mean, I really, God to honest, I hope it lasts you a good long time. Mine frustrated the crap out of me, and it was cool. I'm not gonna lie. The Blue Star 2E, when it worked, was awesome. It's just the fact that when that motor goes, you're screwed. The parts, everybody wants an arm and a leg for the parts for that Takumish engine, or you have to modify it to fit normal parts. And the drive shaft going into the generator, you can't just put any engine on it. You have to find another Takumish. So I did look into rebuilding that one. Had a lot of great project. Yeah, it's good. It's a good generator. I mean, I had it with the high frequency box, and that thing, the high frequency box for running aluminum, it did great. I loved it for TIG welding aluminum. It was fun, but unfortunately, the engine had problems. I think the engine was just worn flam out. I mean, I pulled the spark plug out and I shined the light down in there. It was like the top of that cylinder was like, oh, yikes. This is the original 40-year-old engine that came with this thing. So, yeah, maybe your area, those parts are easier to find and whatnot, but around here, everybody wants an arm and a leg for them. I couldn't believe how much people wanted for those things. Like, oh yeah, running, $800. I was like, oh my God, no. I'm not giving you $800 for, a machine only paid $300 for. That's why I just said, you know what, screw it. I'll sell it and sell it for, a couple $100, maybe somebody like you who's using it for, who's still using it, and they could grab parts off of it for their machine that still runs. And I would take that little bit of cash and just pinch my pennies till I could get the Champion Elite. And for those of you asking about the Champion Elite, still running good. We're coming up on 100 hours, so I'll do a video. I'll do my 100-hour video and oil change and everything like that for it, because I'm gonna go buy the filter and everything like that. To get the tune-up kit for it. I'll do the 100-hour tune-up on it and everything like that. It's been fantastic. I love it. That particular machine, I still really struggle, and other people have said this too, is with the Champion Elite and the Bobcat 225s, they really struggle with 7018s. I don't know why. It's just like there's so much arc force in that machine. It's the 7018s run real hard. Like, you have to really sit there and fine tune it, or the 7018s get a lot of undercut. I liked about my Champion 145, and I liked about the Blue Star 2E was they had a very nice soft buttery arc for running 7018s. They did really good, but they didn't they ran them. They run them, but they didn't run 6010s that well, and they ran 6011s. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I sit there and fine tune it, but the Champion Elite runs 6010s, 6011s, and 6013s like it's nobody's business. I mean, it runs them great, but 7018s is just such a harsh arc. It's just taking a while to get used to. How's business been? Oh man, I've been so busy. It's just been that busy. It's been crazy busy. And it's not that anybody wants to show up at any kind of a convenient time either. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be there. They show up at 7:00 in the middle of me eating dinner. Like, all right, I got this thing for you to fix. It's like, dang it, I just sat down to eat. So it's been busy. Not all of it's been at the most convenient times busy, but that light flashing of my AC unit powering off and on. So it hasn't been the most convenient times people are showing up wanting me to do stuff. So I don't know. I guess it could be worse. I could have nothing like, a while ago, but oh well. We'll see how it goes. The rain makes things real funny. People get in this strange rush when you get rain like this. Like, I need it done now. And they show up and like, I can't. There's a downpour. You can't weld in the rain. That's something. Does anybody else have this problem? Okay. Tell me, do people expect you to weld in the rain? Come on. It can't be just me. Do other people expect you to weld in the rain? Do other people call you up and ask you to come out and fix something, and it's like you open the door and it's a hurricane outside? It's like, dude, I don't know if I can really. I don't know when the rain's gonna let up. I don't get it. Maybe some people just don't think about it. Well, it's funny. A rollback we worked on, me and Perry worked on Monday. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'll park it under this shelter for you, so y'all can weld on it in case it starts raining and all." Which was that's not terrible. I mean, that was fine. He parked it there, and I swear, he parked the thing right in the puddle. He parked it right in the puddle. I mean, there was a puddle. There had to be like 1.5 inches of standing water there. I was like, oh, well, I guess I can make it work. There was a bunch of tires sitting around. So I just grabbed an old tire. It was auto shop. So I just grabbed one of the old used tires and I stood on the old used tire and welded it out like that. But it was good to be out in the rain, but still had a puddle. But what's funny was I forgot to stand on the tire, and just absentmindedly as I'm welding along, switching out rods, I grabbed the rod and I stuck it in that stinger, and I was standing in the puddle, and oh man, I remembered I was standing in the puddle. It was like, ooh, man. Well, at least DC doesn't hurt as much as AC. AC hurts way more. AC hurts way more. But yeah. All right. I built aluminum float pods for fishing boats. Nice. I was actually working on pontoon boat not too long ago, so I know somewhat about that. I need to get TIG welder. Spool gunning, something about pontoons. I don't know. I don't like spool gunning stuff like that. And the spool gun really sucked for the ladders. It had little ladder pieces for it, and the spool gun just didn't do too well for the ladders and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna grab an AC TIG welder. Really looking at an Everlast. I'm kind of stuck between Everlast or AHP. So kind of floating back and forth between those two machines, trying to figure out which one I actually want to get. But I'm probably going to wind up with the Everlast. Everlast has a little bit better reputation with their customer service than AHP, and I'll pay more for that customer service than save a few bucks and get screwed by customer service. So I'll probably wind up the Everlast, and I can't even right now begin to think about a Dynasty, because I know everybody like Dynasty's the king of welders, and I know it's the king of TIG welders. I used one in school. But what's funny is I've used the Dynasty, the AHP, and the Synchrowave. They're really all about the same. They're just, I don't understand the differences as far as people like, oh, the art quality is so much better in the Dynasty. I don't see a $2,500 difference between the two. ESAB. I think what do they have for AC machines? I can't remember. Well, I think the only one that they really have right now is the what's it called? The new Rebel. Yeah. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Miller's the way to go. I've never owned, like, I love and Hobart Miller are basically the same. Ain't gonna lie. That. Yeah, I can't afford. Yeah, that's it. I can't afford Miller. That's why I have Hobarts. They're like poor people. They're like Millers for poor people. But ESAB, I actually did get to use one of the two, actually, the Rebel 225, whatever the one is that they were running for the longest time before they came out. The one that had AC. It was the one that did stick, TIG, MIG, all DC. That one, a couple kids at school bought them, and those were nice. Those are very nice machines. I mean, I wish that came out when I had bought my Millermatic 211, because I would have bought that hands down over the Millermatic 211. But if y'all are thinking about, what's it called, the Hobart Easy TIG, whatever it is, 165 or whatever it is, I have no desire for that machine. Why would you make a constant current power source that can't stick weld? What for stupid nonsense is that? That's why I'm like, keep that thing away with a 10-foot pole. What for dumb garbage is that? It's it's really, in my opinion, just completely stupid. You could have literally charged somebody $100 more and made it to where it could stick weld too, and it would have been a way more effective machine. But instead, you made it stuck to TIG. That's just dumb. That's why I'm looking at Everlast. But anybody's got any opinions on Everlast and whatnot, and those machines? Anybody got any AHPs they really like, or if any of y'all had any experience with AHP's customer service? That would be the better question, because excuse me, in my research, AHP doesn't seem to have as good a customer service as Everlast, because Everlast was supposed to have American-based customer service, and if there's an issue, Everlast is really good about fixing it. See, that's the thing I really liked about my Lincoln Power MiG 210 was when something went wrong with that, my Power MiG 210, my Lincoln made it right. The service place I took it to didn't want to fix it. They're like, oh, it can't be warranted. I was like, why? Like, oh, because this, that, and the other, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, that don't seem right. So I went home and I emailed Lincoln, and Lincoln was like, okay, we will call them and make sure that they get this straight. So Lincoln called them and told them they had to fix it. So I brought it back up there, and yeah. So then Lincoln fixed it, and the service center fixed it because Lincoln made them fix it. They won't happy about it, but those Arc 3 gases, by the way, guys. You want to know who I had to deal with there? There's a reason I don't use Arc 3, but sometimes you have to go dance with the devil if you want to get something. So every once in a while, I am forced to go to Arc 3 and buy something because no one else has it. But my train of thought just crashed. Oh, it just crashed and burned. Oh, it's over. My train of thought just crashed. Let's see if I can find something along here to jog my memory and get things going. Come on, guys. Ideas. We got to get the train going again. 350. I already talked about the 350. Anybody got a 300 straight six they want to sell me? Because I really don't like working on that 390. I really don't. Power Arc 300 and the the Everlast machine. Yeah. How do you like that Power Arc 300? I keep looking at that thing and I'm like, damn, that is cool. That is cool. A 300 amp machine. I keep looking at that. The PowerTig 250EX. So what do you think of them? Do you like them? Do they do good? Like, trustworthy machines that don't weigh too much, you can throw in a truck and be like, yeah, all right, when I get there, they'll work. Build a smoker. Yes, I need to build a smoker. The problem is I've never smoked anything before. But how to deal with steel yards. Oh, man. Okay, so I got 3 places I go to now. All right? I got 3 places that I go to. I got Dillon Supply, and they're a little pricey. But, it's one of those, you kind of get what you pay for. They always have what you need as far as steel goes. There's never a time they don't have steel or don't have what you need or can't get it. Then I have a local place. It's called Foymart. It's a gas station, and they build trailers there, but they also sell steel. So they buy steel in bulk and sell it. Reason I use Foymart is because Foymart has the majority of the very common things, your common angle irons, your common square tubes, your common sheets and channels. So Foymart is really good for going and getting everyday stuff that you would use, your angles and stuff like that, in small quantities. Like, I need 2 sticks. How much does it cost? And all their prices are online. There's never like Dillon Supply and metal supermarkets and places like that. It's kind of a surprise. The steel prices are always fluctuating with the market, But Foymart, it only changes every 6 months, which every 6 months they buy steel. So you can go to their website and see how much it costs. And for the longest time, Foymart was cheaper than Dillon Supply or Metal Supermarkets. And then they went and bought a whole bunch of steel. So now they're kind of on par with them. And they've been really weird about they're weird about keeping stuff in stock. So when they run out, and you gotta wait 6 months for them to get it back in. So Dillon Supply, they're expensive, but get what you pay for. You know, you could what I like about Dillon Supply a lot is I got an account there. If I'm making a client pay for their parts, I can call up Dillon Supply, get the quote from them, get the quote number, and give the quote and the quote number to the client who's paying for the parts. And they call Dillon Supply and give them the credit card and all that and pay it. And I go up there and pick it up. Boom, problem solved. No extra BS because they wait 6 months to pay me or anything like that. And Metal Supermarkets is I've only dealt with them once. That's because I need a sheet of 3003 aluminum, which isn't something you would normally buy all the time. So they keep all sorts of strange stuff in stock, and they will actually sell you 4x4 sheets instead of 4x8. Dillon Supply is very strict. 20-foot sections, 4x8 sheets, nothing else. Or whatever stock they come in. They will not sell you anything else except for the stupid long links and the 4x8 sheets. If you don't need a 4x8 sheet, there's no point in calling Dillon Supply because it's going to cost a whole lot. And you're going to use like, you know, a little, like you only need a piece like this out of that 4x8 sheet. Don't even bother calling Dillon Supply because it's going to cost a lot. What I want to eventually start doing is I want to start using BMC, there we go. BMC Metals out in Rocky Mount, because once I get my new shop built, I might actually use them for buying my shop materials. But they're cheaper than everybody else. But for me to get that price, I have to buy in bulk. Plus, they have free deliveries for any orders over $1,000. Because I called them up to get a quote on for a mezzanine build, and I got it all. And he was like, it's $1,500, so you can get free shipping to your shop. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, does it have to have like a dock or something for a truck? He's like, oh no, we got a forklift. It's like, so BMC will deliver it to you and forklift it off the truck and set it wherever you want them to in your yard. So that's why I want to start using BMC, because once I start building cookers and things like that and fire pits and whatnot, then I can start using BMC for mass orders of parts to build stuff, and it'll be free shipping. I don't even have to leave to get the parts. I just order it. They're there tomorrow. They drop it off. I've paid. It's all good, all done. Whip, bam, boom, done. Parts are there, good to go. So the other thing I have to figure out, if I'm going to start doing these not pig cookers. That's a big project. But with cookers and grills and fire pits and smokers and things like that, is how I'm going to sell it. How am I going to sell these? So that's the other thing I have to sit down and figure out. Am I going to go Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or how am I going to sell these once I make them? So that's the other thing I have to figure out, which I haven't put too much thought into, because the deal is, if I build the shop, if I build these fire pits and cookers or smokers or not, I need to build a new shop anyway, because the current one's too small. I can't really do anything in the current shop. I can't even, back up a project into it to work in it in the rain. That's one of the things that's really killing me, is with all this rain, I can't work. And it knocks me out for basically an entire week. Rain like we got, I'm almost out of work for a whole week because of the rain. And it kills me because there's plenty of other people with big shops that can still work in the rain, and I can't. So it's an edge that they have on me, and I got to get up to that level to where somebody's like, hey, a door fell off my dump truck. Of course, bring it by, back it in real quick, and we'll weld it back on. You can't do that with my current shop setup because my shop's too small. And if it's a freaking all-out downpour, you can't weld in a freaking all-out downpour. So, yeah. Oh, the PowerArc 300's got a 6010 port. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think the one I was looking at, the PowerArc 200DV, I don't think it has the 6010 port, but I don't hardly ever run 6010, so it's not even an issue for me. Only reason I ran some 6010 is because that guy Russ I've been working with, he gave me some 6010s. He's like, here you go, that's some 6010s. I run them off the Champion Elite, and they're good. I like them, but they're in my opinion, for what I do, they're not different enough from a 6011 to constitute buying, especially when 6010s cost as much as 7018s, if not more. And the difference between them is, for what I do, is not like the difference between a 7018 and a 6013 or a 7018 and a 7014. It's such a minute difference, it doesn't matter. So I don't worry about having to run 6010s, really. If I can run 332 6011s, which I run a lot of 332 and 1/8" 6011s. In fact, my first semester of pipe welding, we actually, all our root welds were done with 6011s instead of 6010s because the school couldn't afford 6010s at the time. So we had to do all our root welds with 332 6011s, and they would pass a bend test. But I know some of y'all who are pipe welders probably don't believe me, but we did 6011 root all the way to cap, bent, passed. So, I mean, honestly, for what I do, I don't see much of a difference. I mean, if I was somewhere and they're like, you have to use 6010 for this, yeah, that's one thing. But, if I'm fixing somebody's trailer or I'm fixing somebody's backhoe, excavator, tractor, whatnot, 6010, 6011, there ain't enough of a difference. Oh, I went on a ramble there, didn't I? Goodness gracious. That was a ramble. I do need to do more TIG welding. And part of the reason I don't do a lot of TIG welding is because I don't have a dedicated TIG machine. So probably after I get my new shop built, a dedicated TIG machine, I can start fiddling around with TIG and whatnot and hone in my skills on TIG welding, because that's really my weak spot. TIG welding is my weakness, and I need to hone in on that. I'm all about finding my weaknesses and strengthening them. I know I can stick weld to pass a structural test and all of that, but I need to get to the point where I can TIG weld to pass a test, because that's where I'm weak at. I'm really weak in TIG, and I really need to get to the point where I can stick weld good enough to pass a pipe test too. That's another thing I know I'm weak in. I'm weak in my pipe welding section. So, maybe once things get a little bit more steady and, excuse me, it ain't raining so much, I can start working on that. But, daggone, almost 40 minutes. It's kind of crazy. I got a bunch of people who will sit here and listen to me talk for 40 minutes. Yeah, where you? You're live again. Yeah. Yep, I'm going to probably call it short too. It's just, gone 40 minutes of rambling basically. I hope somebody learned something, because it was just rambling for me. Thought about getting a carport with sides. I have, but the funny thing is, the cost for a carport with sides is still going to cost more than it would cost for me to actually build my own. Because me and you met Austin. Me and Austin, when Austin was working with me and Austin priced out how much it cost to build our own shop, and it would actually be cheaper to build our own 20 by 20 shop than it would be to go and buy a 20 by 20 carport. So it's like $1,500. We can build our own completely enclosed 20 by 20 shop. Completely enclosed. And, that doesn't count for the door and everything, but that's one of those, you cross that bridge and you get to it. I mean, you know, hell, I'll be happy for a long time if I get a concrete pad, a roof, and walls, and it's just a breezeway. I'd be happy with that for a real long time, and then, you know, worry about the doors later. You know, just a covered place to work where I can work out of the rain and on concrete would be nice. But all right, we're up on 40 minutes, guys. I'm gonna call it short. You guys have any questions you want answered or anything like that? You know, drop them now. Get those questions or comments or whatever in before we call it quits. But you know, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys following and subscribing, and I do appreciate you guys tuning in to listen to me ramble for 40 minutes. But, you know, thank you guys so much. I wish you guys the best, and you guys have a fantastic day.